Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm going to have a little play with this kit. Now this is my new one. This is called Beautiful Botanicals. So it's another lovely flowery kit. So I'm just going to give you a quick flip through, and then I'm just going to sort of like start making a little sort of folio folder thing with it, just to show you. You don't have to make a big journal. But I'm just loving these papers. Again, they are just so versatile, and they are just so pretty, and we all love flowers. So you get 14 pages in total. You get 4 backing papers, 6 of the main pages, and 4 of the embellishment pages. There's a beautiful dragonfly on there, which I am loving, and these do nice colours, so they do sort of like mix and match with some of my other kits as well, so they are lovely. And of course we get them shrunk down into the little postcard sizes as well, which are great. This one, there's the other 2 of the postcard ones, and we've got some pockets and some little page tabs. We have some journaling cards, which are gorgeous. Again, they can go into any of your journals, which are nice. And then we've got have some mini little tags. We have some bigger tags here. We have some little circles, and we've got these, which are sort of almost like little plaques, which are really nice too. So that is the one that is in the shop at the moment. I did say I'll give you a quick flip through, so I'm just going to pop those up there to the side. Now what I'm going to do, or what I've sort of tried to start it off to give myself a sort of idea of what we're going to be making. So I've taken 2 of the printables here, the digitals, and all as I've done here, I've just cut a little bit off here, just a little section. Let me just measure that little piece here. So that is nearly 3 centimeters, or just over 1 inch, which I've just cut off, and then I've folded it. So if we put that this way like that, I've not quite folded it in half. I have left 1 3/4 inches, or about 4.5 centimeters there, and then you just cut that little bit off. And then on the other piece that I've got, which goes like this, okay, so that's the piece, and then I've just cut a section off here. Now this section I've cut off is about 5 1/4 inches, or just over 13 centimeters. Okay, so that's the bit I cut off. Again, you can, I'm just giving you the idea, so you can measure it however you like, to however big you want it. And then I've just, that's 3 centimeters or 1 1/4 inches that I've just folded over like that, because what I want to do is pop that one on the inside like this. I hope I'm in view. So it goes like that. Okay, so that will open up, and then this piece will open up like that. So that folds down and that folds over the top, and then we will have a little closure on here. But I'm just loving that as the front cover. I think it's really nice. So it's just like a little folder folio thingy-jiggedy. And then I've got some book paper here, which is a really lovely old one here, which is 1832, which is the Penny magazine, and it is beautiful. It's really lovely papers. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this together and stick this over the top, so that gives us a base for the back, for the inside. Now it would help if I got some glue. Let me just use this one. I'm going to use my tacky glue in here. So I'm just going to stick this piece to there, okay, to start with, like that. So just a little bit of glue down here. I will sew around the edges as well. I'm not quite sure how far we get today, so I've got a little while up in my craft room to do a little bit, because Andy's downstairs with Mum. So I've just snuck up on a Sunday afternoon, which is nice. I hope you're all having a lovely weekend. Oopsie daisy. There we go. So that folds in and that folds in like that. And then that is the back. So it's really simple. I'm loving these papers. Look at that beautiful dragonfly on there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is pop the lid on here. Let me just get my glue stick. I'm a little bit further away from the back of with all my stuff at the back now. So let's just take some of this and I'm going to glue it onto here. Well, I don't need that many. Move some of my stuff out of the way. So that will just glue on. So maybe I will just, oh, this is a nice new one. Just going to glue this down. Now I have been having a sort through of my sort of like fabric scraps. I've got like 3 boxes. I've done 1 box. So I'm going to sort all that out, and I'm going to sort out all of my digital kits as well. So I've got bits of digital kit everywhere. I've got all sorts of bits and pieces, and I'm going to pop them into little sort of a mixture of stuff in little kits and pop them onto my Etsy. So I don't know whether anybody will be interested in them. I've got to get rid of some of my stuff. It's all over the place. So let's just, and it does take a lot of time to sort out. It's amazing how much stuff I found that I haven't used for a very, very long time. So let's just go over the top of that one a little bit. Over the top like that. A little bit more glue, I think, just on here. I normally buy my sort of glue sticks in bulk, so I've just realised that I don't really have very many left, so I need to go and buy some more. So it's just from a local cheap shop that I get them from, and I'm just loving this glue stick. I have showed it to you before. It's €1. I think it might have gone up by now, and it's a make called MP, and it's a really good glue stick. I found it really, really good. It really does stick everything down lovely. I know a lot of you don't really trust glue sticks, but I do like this one. And it's really a good one. Okay, let's stick the last little bit down. Let's get this end here. Oops. Stick that down. I don't mind if it's a little bit messy. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut around all the little bits off the side. I might actually just sort of like rip it down instead of cutting it. Let's see. There we go. Turn that round. Get that piece. There we go. Perfect. Now we just need to make sure it's going to fold it in properly. Can find this bit. Where did we fold it? There it is. Just on that line there. Look, big lumps of glue everywhere. So that goes in like, no it doesn't, it goes in like that. So that's really nice. Let's stick that down a bit better. Okay, lovely. Now, I'm not sure whether I'm going to sew it yet or when I've added a little bit more to it. Now, I'm liking these little sort of like rough bits around the edge, like that. Now, I have got the little pockets. Now, I made the little pockets here which are lovely. I'm just going to sort of like stick them on, I think, like this. Put one next to, let's put those out of the way. Now I think I might sew around it first, and then, because these have got little lips on like that, so if I sewed over the top, it's just going to sew them straight down. So I might, let me see, let's see. What I'm going to do is, well, I want to see where this fold is, so I'm going to just ink that like that, so I know where the fold is. And where's the other one? Just here, like that. That's going to fold over. Just gives me a rough idea of where I can go in the middle. It didn't really come out very well, did it? There we go. Now, this is the leftover piece, the cut off piece, and look at that, fits in there nicely. So I can make a little pocket, couldn't I? I put a pocket, but could I put a pocket with a little pocket over the top? That would look nice. We have this bird, so if I have it to about here, let's just eyeball it like that. Well, I don't know whether you can hear all the little birds outside here. We have another beautiful day. It's been raining and raining, but at the moment we have the sun is out and it's all calm. So I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, but the birds are singing and it's lovely. So there we go. That will look nice on there, won't it? Now look at this big bundle of stuff. Now this is what I have taken out of one of the boxes, which is lots of lovely yummy bits. So I'm not sure whether to keep that on my desk and try and use it up, and add bits and pieces. So let's just take this top piece, see if I can use that on here. This is sari silk, so I wonder if I could just, I don't want to cover up the bird's head, do we? So if I could just pop it over the top like that, that would look nice, wouldn't it? So let me just cut that off here. Add a tiny bit of glue to hold it down. Just a little bit of glue stick is fine, because I will sew over the top of it, just so it doesn't go over his little face and beak. And then we can hold that down at the back. I'll put enough glue on then. There we go, that's better. Now this frays a lot, so this is silk, so it does really fray, so if you can sew it, it's a lot better. So you're not going to end up with lots of little pieces everywhere. So that looks nice, doesn't it? Let me just cut these little end bits off. I would have probably left them if it wasn't going to fold over, but I don't want to get it stuck in the little creasy bits. So I'm going to put that there, and then I'm going to have the other little one there, which I'll pop on afterwards, after I've sewn around it, so I don't sew it down completely. So I'm going to just stick that on. Oh no, not, I've got to sew this first. Okay, let me just quickly sew along here first. Okay, so there we go. I've just gone all the way around the edge. I haven't sewn along the bottom bit because that's going to be sewn on all the way around in a minute. So I'm just going to stick that down. I hope I'm in view. Have I been offset? Not quite sure. I do apologise if I have. Let's just stick this down. Look at this. Still have to get used to the camera being above, and sort of like going in the middle of my sort of table. Is that going to stick? That's not sticking very well, is it? Maybe I should use some Fabri-Tac. Is that going to stick better? I wonder why that's not sticking. How strange. Let's use some Fabri-Tac. Okay. Put that down. I'm not going to put any along the bottom because I'm going to be sewing that. And it will stay in place with two side bits stuck down. So there we go. Lovely. Don't know why my tacky glue didn't work then. So that's going to be like a little pocket in the middle. I'm going to pop, I think, I might make a little journal to go in there. We shall see. There's bits of fluff everywhere. So that can go on. So that looks nice. Now what shall we do? Shall we have a pocket here, or shall we cut another piece and have a sort of like side pocket here? We need to do everything before we start sewing. What did I do with the papers? Here we go. Let me have a look. Now my printer, you can see I've got a white border around it. For some reason it is stopped. It's decided to stop doing a full page of printing, borderless printing for some reason. I don't know why, but it just has. So shall we have that lovely, that looks almost look oriental, doesn't it? Just going to cut it with some scissors. I don't know why it's, I think it's something to do with the HP settings. They keep changing them. And for some reason it just won't print borderless. So, never mind, we can always cut the little white edges off. It's okay. Cut these down, and I'm going to, I'll cut that one off in a minute. So let's just take this, all my glue selection there. I'm going to take this, I don't think I want it that long. I'm going to rip it with the ruler like this, but try and get it as close as possible. Like that. Now I'm going to take a little bit more off this side, I think. Let's just line that up. Okay. Let's see, that's better. So we've got a bigger gap here between this bit. Sorry, I'm right off camera again, I think. Let's take this little bit off the bottom. Then we've got a little pocket here to tuck things inside. Shall we edge this one as well? Shall we edge it with a little bit of this? We could, couldn't we? Where's my scissors from? Let's just trim that off. A little bit of glue down the side. Let's pop that over this way. Like that. Which way should we go? This way. Stick that down. And then glue along the back piece. I don't know whether I'm offset or not. Is that offset if I'm over there? No, I think you can see me, but I'm just got to get used to the camera. I will, so don't Don't shout at me for being out of view. So there we go. That goes on there like that. So I'm going to just quickly sew down there. Do we want a pocket here, I think? Let's see. I was going to just put one of these on this side, wasn't I? But I might change my mind. I might put another pocket like this. So we've got 2 tucks like that either side, so that can be one like that. Right, let me just sew down here and I will decide. Okay, so there we go, that looks nice. I've just sewn down there. Got these little bits and pieces everywhere. So let's see, what shall we have on the other side? I'm going to glue this down. I'll have to use fabric check. I don't know why my glue's not sticking. Let's just stick either this, a little bit down here, I think. Just a little spots of it there. Pop that on here. Like that. Now that looks nice. That goes like that and that goes like that. So what shall we do on here? Maybe, should we just do sort of like, oh, that's the other leftover piece on there. Could do a pocket, or we could do, let's have a look. I might do a little pocket with a flap top that we can pop down. Let's have a think. Maybe I'll use this one on here. Let's see, I might use a bit of both. I might use that and then that as the top. Right, I'm going to, which side shall I cut off? Because we got to here. So if I just cut a little bit off here, shall we tear it again? Dare we? Let's line that up. About right, isn't it? Or what I could have done is made it a little bit bigger. That's what I'm going to do. I am going to get my, let's see how we're doing for time. Oh, we're okay for a minute. I'm going to take my scoreboard. Which way around do we go? This way. And I'm going to score a little tool. Okay, I'm going to just do, I'm going to do 3. Just 3 little lines down there. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Like that. Just to make a little pocket. Let's just snip these at corner. Like that. Snip the top. And then we can just bend this over like that. Then we've got a little, and then we just glue these bits down. Perfect. Put those over there. Like that. So that will glue down. And I'm going to make a little pocket. So what I'm going to do, because my battery, not my battery, but it's going to run out in a minute, I'm going to just sew around the outside of this now. So I will be back 2 minutes. Okay, so there we go. I have just sewn around the outside of this. So all of these are all in. So this is in and this is around the outside. So that's perfect, loving it. So what should I do with my scissors? Oopsie daisy. Let's just snip this little bit off and this little bit off. Like that. Don't need those little bits on there. And we shall finish off making our little pocket here. So let's have it a little bit lower. Let's have it sort of there. Now we need a top. How are we going to do the top? Let's see. Let's just have, let's pop this to the side. I'm going to just rip a piece like that. So it needs to be that big, and I'm going to fold over this piece here so that can stick down. I'm going to stick that on there, and that opens up like that. I'm going to cover this with a little bit of our book paper so it doesn't look so white in there, and then I shall quickly sew around it. So let's stick this onto here, right way around, stick that on. Oops. Cut these little bits off. This book paper is lovely. It's very old, but it's that lovely, nice paper that you get. Let me just snip this little bit off because I don't think I'll be able to tear that. Okay. So then that will hopefully go on there, and then we can open that up and we can just stick that down like that. So we can pop lots of little bits in there. I might actually take a little dent out of here, wherever. Now I need to go and get my hole punch, circle punch, not my hole punch. Let's just make a little, this is just this one, let's use the 3/4 of an inch. Let's just ink around that like that. You can see I'm just sort of making it up as I go along and see how we go. It's fun to do that, isn't it? I think sometimes if I try and make something and then copy it, if it's too sort of complicated, I get very confused. So if you just watch me make it as I go along, you might get a sort of idea of what I want to do. Go. Shall I round the edges? Got my corner punch here. I might actually just round the edges off there. I quite like it because it's still the same colours, isn't it? But you don't have to have the same. I think that will look quite nice. A little bit more ink like that, and round to the edge. There we go. Maybe on the inside before I sew it, just do this little bit like that. Okay, so it's so nice to be back here crafting. Getting back into it again now. There we are. So that looks good, doesn't it? So I'm going to stick this down, and I think I'm going to just sew around that before I stick it on, because what we need to do is pop a little tie on there, I think. What we shall do, let's stick this one down, because this one can be stuck down. No, it can't, because we have to put the little hole in there. Jumping the gun then, wasn't I? So let me just quickly, I'm going to sew around this so it looks nice and tidy. Okay, so there we go. I've sewn around the edge of that, which is looking good. That can go on there. Now I just need to make some little sort of buttony things, don't I? Now I need some cardboard for that. Let me get some of them over here. Okay, so I'm going to use one of my little journaling cards here. Now it's going to take me a little while, I think, to get all my bits together in one place, which I'm going to be using. So let's just cut out 2 of those, ink them around like this. This one. There we go. Now let's get some brads, which I've got some here, but that's not the ones I want. These little diddy ones here is what I need. So let's just get 2 of these, like that. A little hole punch. I've rearranged my drawers in front of me. I will give you a little show of them at some point. I'll try and do it this week. But I need to rearrange them because I took them out and didn't put them in the right places. No, don't normally do it this way, do I? I normally make the holes first. So that can go in there like that. Perfect. So how shall we have this? So if I have it, that one like that. This one has obviously got to come over the top of it a little bit, hasn't it? So one can go there, and one can go there. Let's have you a little bit lower. Pencil there, little pencil mark it in there. Let's just get this. I'm going to just poke a hole in here. Yeah. I need a little bit of string. Now, where would that be, do you think? Oops, wrong way round. I'm not very organised, I do apologise. That can go there. I might actually stick one over the top of that because it's going to get caught, I think, when things go through it. If I push something in to there, let's just pop a little bit of glue around the outside, pop that over the top like that, cover that up. There we are. So when you put something in the pocket, it's not going to get caught on your little brad like that. So still got a nice bit of movement in there. What did I do with the other one? Did I go and lose it somewhere? There it is. This will go on there. Like that. So these sit on there, and then I will get a piece of string or something in a minute. Let's pop some, let's just stick this down. There we go. And this bit. Stick you down first, not right to the bottom, it can be there, can't it? Perfect. There we are, so we've got a nice little pocket, and then what we need to do is just pop that one over the top, about there. A little bit of glue. Oops. And then, what should we do? About there? Is that about right? We need enough room so we can lift that up and put stuff inside. You don't want that too close. Like that. So now I just need to get a little bit of something to put in there. Now, which straw was that in? There we go. I'm going to use this brown with it's got the gold on it, but I do take the gold off because I don't want the gold on there. There we go. Let's drop it there. Take that little bit of gold off because I don't need that. Pop this under. Tie that in a little knot. So that goes underneath there like that. Oh look, I just cut the end off there. What a noggin. Let's just ink it up. And there we go. That goes underneath there like that, so we don't need it that long. Perfect. How lovely was that? There we go. Let's pop the lid on here before all my glue decides to dry up. Okay, oopsie daisy. There. Now I like that. So we've got a little pocket there, and then we've got a nice side pocket there. So what I need to do now is make like a little journal. So that's really nice, isn't it, to pop little bits and pieces in. Do that up. So let me just move some of my stuff out of the way and we can get a little journal, just a very basic one. What shall we have? Just one of these, shall we? I'll use that one and that one. Let's have this. Maybe I'll just have, a backing paper one. That would be quite nice in there, wouldn't it? So it can only be, let's have a look. It's got, because that's the pocket. That can go there. I'm going to just eyeball this and fold it down there. Now, obviously it can't be that long. I'm going to take my guillotine. Let's just chop this bit off here. So it's nice and straight. That can come down there. Now, how long do we need it? Pop that in there. So it only wants to be about this long. Just eyeball it, just like that. And there we go. Perfect. You can go to the side. That will just fit in there nicely, won't it? So we'll just pop a few pages in here. Maybe we will cover that with some book paper as well, just so it all matches in nicely. Let's stick that down there. Nice bit of glue. So we can make a nice little journal pouch folder thingy-majiggity quite quickly, can't we? Like that. And it can be a lovely little gift for somebody, a little extra something. If it's somebody's birthday, you can pop it in their parcel with it, or it can be a nice bit of happy mail like that. Oopsie daisy. Let's stick that on there like that. And I might actually, will that fit? Not quite, will it? So I think we're going to have to just stick this. I quite like that lunkety bit. Let's pop that in there. Perfect. Take you off. There we go. Nice little cover. I did think I would have a bit more room, but I think I've just got all my stuff everywhere at the moment. Pop that there. I might have to hold that. Do you think I can do it this way a bit better? I hold that down tight. There we go. Not sure whether I'll be able to get that bit up, but I might be able to if I do it quick. No, let's cut it. Let's cut it. Did I rip it? No. We're good. Let me just cut that little extra bit off there. Perfect. There we go. So that's the middle of the journal covered. Now I think I'll just take that little bit off because it feels a bit hard. Feels like a little bit of glue on there. There we go. I'm going to quickly just run around the edge with the sewing machine, so 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. I have gone around it twice because I went off a little bit there. So I've gone around it twice and I quite like the look of that. I think it looks really nice. So don't rush. I'm rushing a little bit to do this because I only have a certain amount of time up here. So let me just go around the edges. I think that looks really nice though. Just a little bit. And then what we need to do is pop some pages in there. So that fits in there nicely. I don't think I will be able to have that too thick because the pocket is not that deep. If I put some little edges on here like this one, I would have probably been able to have a little bit bigger journal. Now let's get some tea or coffee stain paper to pop inside here. Now I've got a big batch of it here, so let's put a few bits inside. So how big do you think we need this? Let's see. Not huge, about there roughly. Let's pop this to the side and we shall rip some paper like this. Oops, didn't do that very well, did I? That's one. Let's do another one. Now it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I'm going to just do this quickly. Just see where the, probably be better to do it this way, won't it? Silly Billy. Doing it upside down. Let's come in to make sure I'm in view. And then pop this one on the top. Like that. Cut that off. Now I don't know how much we need to take off the length of it. And let's just fold that down like this. Okay, what did I do with it? There it is. That will go in there. I can have a few more pages than that, can't I? So I think I will be able to rip these off. I'll make a little edge there. There to there. Perfect. And then that will go in there nicely. So we've got a nice little journal which has got 6 pages in it. I could probably put more, but I'm just going to add 6 in there for now. So this isn't too big. And I'm going to, I just don't want to rip the pocket. I would probably, if you're going to do it, I'd probably put little, the little folded bits on there for the pocket so you can get a bigger journal in there. But I think that looks really nice like that. Really super simple. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just sew that in, not sew that in, yes I am going to sew it in, but I'm going to do it with my sewing machine. So I'm just going to stitch all the way down there for a minute, 2 seconds. Okay, so there we go. I've just gone down through the middle with the sewing machine like that. Oh, I went rather straight for me. There we go, perfect. So that goes on like that. We've got the little pages in there that can pop inside. And then what I might do is stick on the front. Where's our embellishments? Let's go back to here. Let's pick this one. I'm going to pop that one on the front there. So where's my scissors? Let's just cut this out like this. Nice little bit of cutting. Here. These are really pretty. So you could have little words to go on there, couldn't you? I don't know where my words are at the moment. So I won't put anything on there yet. But that's perfect. And I think that will look lovely on the front of that there, like that. Let's ink the edges. Find my ink. Just around there. Just a little bit. This is the vintage photo. This is obviously if you're new to inking and things like that, lots of people use the vintage photo as a go-to ink, which is the distress ink from Tim Holtz Ranger. It's just that it's a really lovely ink, and it's one that sort of like goes with everything. So that looked nice, wouldn't it, on there? So I'm just going to stick that down. Let's pop it on with a little bit of tacky glue around the outside. And there. Perfect. So that's on the front of our journal, which I think looks lovely. So let's pop that in there. Make sure it's stuck down nicely. Love it. Now, I was going to pop the little corner pocket on there, wasn't I? Wherever we put it. I'm going to pop the one with the same... Should I do the one with the same bird? Or should I do a different one? Here, let's have a look. It's this one, isn't it? I think I'll pop that one on there. Because these ones go the other side, like that. This one goes the other side. No, I'm going to pop this one on there like that. I think it will look nice, and then we can have one of the little journal cards popped in there, which will look lovely. Let's just pop a little bit of glue on here, like that. Stick you down. Stay. There we are. Lovely. So where are my journal cards? Now I probably could use even wherever they are, which I used. This was the Friday freebie, wasn't it? So I'm going to take these out. It's just so I don't have to make the other journals, the journaling cards. And I'm going to pop that in there. Look how that fits, lovely. And then our lovely daisy one, which I think looks nice. I'm going to pop those in there. And then maybe I could pop these ones in here. They would fit, wouldn't they? Look at that. Will it fit? Perfect. Fits in there, perfect. Like that. Loving it. Doesn't that look nice? Now we just need lots of things to go in there, but we can fill that up. Now I just need to make a little closure here. So what shall we do for that? Shall I just make one of my ones that sort of like flips over like that, couldn't I? Hi guys, sorry my battery just went on my camera. So I've just popped the extra one in, but it's not fully charged. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back and finish this off tomorrow. So far, all we want to do, I want to put some little embellishment bits on it as well, and make a closure. So I will do that tomorrow, but I'm absolutely loving how it turned out. I hope it hasn't been out of shot too many times, but I do love it. So there we are. So I will come back and I will finish that off tomorrow. So thank you so much for joining me. Please stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. All right guys, bye bye.